Okay. Where do I end? Where do I go? Man, this is a hot mess. Okay. All right. So we have our quesadilla. Okay, we're back. Snap challenge. $6 a day for 30 days. And I have another recipe for you. Our supplies are getting a little slim, so this chicken, you see, this is our last little chicken breast out of the 8-pack chicken that we had of the breast. I diced it up really small. That's one breast. That, the way you cut it actually, makes it stretch. So we had our block of cheese from our initial shopping run. This is going to be, we started off with, I think that was like a 1 pound block, 2 pound block of cheese, sharp cheddar. So I shredded this, and this is about a cup of cheese. And remember, we had 1 bag of dried black beans. I went ahead and made those. You saw that in another episode. And these are ready to go. So this is essentially like black beans out of a can. But what? Better for us. Why? You got it. Because it's less sodium. Remember the canned stuff? It's filled with preservatives and sodium. And if you do have to use a canned version, remember one key trick, would be once you take it out of the can, rinse it. Maybe a couple times. Then that way it'll take a lot of the residue, the other sodium, salt, preservatives that are in the can out of your product that we're going to have. But we don't have to do that with these black beans because I made them. Took about an hour, and there you have it. And then this onion that we have here, this is about a quarter of one of the onions that came out of the bag. And remember, this was part of our shopping run. We had a full bag of tortillas. So there were 12 in there, I believe. We're going to use 4 today. And then our staple items. So did y'all guess what we're making? Okay, yep. You got it. Maybe you didn't, but chicken quesadillas. So this is going to be something you can eat for breakfast. Well, you could eat maybe like a breakfast quesadilla. I kind of showed you that with some eggs, but this is going to be more for lunch and dinner. And the great thing about this, I think kids love this too. Adults, not only adults, but kids love chicken quesadillas. They love any type of quesadilla with cheese. So what we'll do here first, and you could already have this already done ahead of time, we're going to cook our chicken. So take a little bit of that olive oil that we have. That's part of our staple items. And we'll take our onions. I'm using these onions obviously for flavor of the chicken, but also in our quesadilla too. But we're going to cook it with the chicken so it can cook into that and have more flavor. So we have our onions there, and then we're going to add in, before we add in the chicken, we'll season it a little bit with the salt, a little bit of salt, some pepper, and we're going to use we're actually going to use something I haven't used in other recipes as much as our paprika and chili powder. This is garlic. We'll use just a little bit of onion. But we're going to use our chili powder. One other staple ingredient that I'll maybe add the next time if we have the opportunity is cumin. Cumin is an awesome seasoning to just have in your pantry. It's going to be good for fajitas. It's going to be good for tacos. It's going to be good for chili. It's just it brings great flavor to a lot of food. So we're going to add in some paprika as well. And I'm going to use these gloves and mix this all together and add it to our onions as it's cooking. This is something that you can actually, have pre-seasoned and let it soak in and marinate if you like ahead of time. But while that's cooking, we're going to get our quesadillas kind of pre-built. With quesadillas, you can have that's why I have the beans here. You can have a veggie, a bean quesadilla. You can have a cheese quesadilla. You can have a chicken quesadilla. Shrimp wasn't in our budget, but you can have a shrimp quesadilla. All types of different quesadilla. Veggie quesadilla. What I was going to suggest too is, if you by chance know anyone, I've reached out. I'm still going to find someone. There's someone out there that has their own garden. We could actually utilize some of their fresh herbs and produce in our stuff, in our snap challenge. So, or just in general, just to have. And that's some motivation too for you to, you can have an in-house garden of herbs. My sister actually does a lot of growing of lettuce inside, believe it or not. It's like a ton of lettuce. She does fresh basil along with, let's see, I think I've seen her do some rosemary and thyme. All those are inside her house in like one of those in-home gardens. So think about adding that maybe down the line, and then we can incorporate those fresh herbs into our cooking, which makes it so much better. Oh, you'd be able to tell a world of difference of the flavor profile. Fresh, as you all know, I always talk about fresh versus the dried options that we have, which are not bad, but we just want to have those options if you have them available. Okay, so I'm going to let this cook. Remember, chicken, what's the internal temperature? Or poultry chicken is 165. So we want to make sure that that's cooked down. And when we added in the paprika and chili powder, it changed the color a little bit. So it's going to be imperative that we cook it thoroughly, because before we can look at it and see if it still had pinkness to it. So we're going to take our tortillas and lay them out right here. That's some onions right there. And we'll take our cheese, and just evenly distribute it there. And we'll make sure that it's all over, because what we're going to do, that's why I have 4 tortillas, is we're going to add this on top momentarily. So we want the cheese all around this tortilla, so it'll evenly melt. All right. And actually, we'll probably have enough chicken for another one, but I don't know if we have enough tortillas. All right, and now we're going to take our black beans and add it as well to this. Just add it all around. And, you know, beans are great with fiber. That's going to be imperative for your digestion. This should be almost ready. Yeah. We'll give it a little bit while we're doing this. It's not going to hurt if it cooks a little bit more. All right. We have our black beans. And then, this is a 2-step process, as you know, once we get this all assembled. All right. We're going to add our chicken. As we're adding this, I'm going to take another skillet and get it ready. Just put a little bit of the olive oil in here. Make sure that your whole pan is coated. And it's good that we have this non-stick pan that we have here. Okay, we'll just make sure that's coated really well. Get that hot. And we'll add in our chicken to this. And again, this is, if you have all the ingredients at home, you could add in, this could be so filling. You could add in peppers, some more onions. You could add in tomatoes. This could be really filling. All right, so if we made this stretch a little bit more, we could probably get 3 quesadillas out of here. I'll put this off to the side, and then we're going to take our top tortilla, put it there, get it ready, and put it in our skillet. Okay. We're going to have that melt down. I think I put too much oil in. I'm sorry, it's just a little to coat the pan. I'm going to take some of it out. My bad. Okay, that's better. All right, so we just want it to, you know how a quesadilla is. We're going to let that cook and melt down, and then we're going to flip it. Well, I would flip it, but I just want to be careful. All right, so, and then, oh, yep, this is melting down nicely. We will flip it. And it should be brown like that on both sides, so we'll cook that down just a little bit longer, and bam! Okay, it looks like this is, yep, it's done. You'll see on both sides in a minute. Oh yeah. Okay. We're not going to leave that there. We'll put this. And as this is cooking over here, let me add this back in. You see all that? Oh, that looks great. We're going to take this. And just cut it in quarters. Or however you like. I like quarters. And then you have, bam. Looks good. We'll taste it in a moment. But you see how quick and simple that is? We just have, like I said, 4 main ingredients. The tortilla, the black beans, the chicken, and the onions. And it didn't take that long. I always like to get all the contents out, so I'm going to take this small spoon that I have here, or I don't have a spatula handy, but we're going to take and make sure all the contents is out. That's important because that's what money. Okay. My staff here, I know I get on their nerves all the time, but I don't care because you have a lot of product in here that you're just leaving. And then I'm going to take a little bit of the milk that we already have measured out to make sure that we get everything out of this can. Okay? And this is something that my grandma used to do all the time. Make sure that everything was out of the can. Oopsie. You want to make sure all the contents stay in there. And one way to do that too, we could have added some more cheese to make sure that it all stayed like really tight. But it's okay. We'll cook that down just a little bit, make it brown, and voila. That's it. So another option for you, utilizing the ingredients that we have. Oh man. More cheese next time, more cheese. But I was trying to preserve what we had. Heck, we only have a little bit more cheese left. So we have this. And so I'm sure one person could probably eat all 8 pieces of this. Maybe. Or maybe, depending on what size you have. Remember, you have rice left. So you can pair this with rice or actually a salad. So this could actually be for 2 people. So we have our quesadilla. Chicken quesadilla with black beans. And I think I'm going to, oh yeah. So one person could eat that and this. And then I think we'll do some, rice with this. So again, here's another option, $6 a day for 30 days, SNAP challenge. We're making our resources stretch. Check out the next recipe. We're cooking with Cheron. Thanks for joining us.